Here's this garbage Pistons transition defense, but it's NBA terrorism. You have retards coaching the Pistons, and every fan that paid money to watch this crap, also a terrorist. Azar Thompson, in transition, I don't get back to the middle of nowhere. I gotta be ready to take Karl Anthony Towns trailing the play. Where's Azar Thompson getting to in transition right here? Air. But you don't work on transition defense. NBA terrorism. Stagger screen, here come the Detroit retards, and it's their coaching staff. It's not the players' fault. Cade Cunningham, this is terrorism. You go under the first screen, over the second screen. Look at Cade Cunningham off this stagger. Whoopsie daisies, you just went over the first screen. Backdoor cut. Look at this garbage. Every person in this arena supporting this crap is a human pile of scum. Jalen Duren in transition. Can't get back to the middle of nowhere. We got to be ready to take Karl Towns trailing the play. Look at this the Piston retards. And it's the coaching. It's not Jalen Duren's fault. Look at him get back to the middle of nowhere. How does this happen in an NBA game? How does it happen at any level? Azar Thompson, just guard the ball. If Jalen Brunson comes off this screen, you will guard the screen then. The second you lean towards this screen early, like so, and again, poorly coaching, nepotism, garbage, you get blown by the other way. The people support this. Attention to details. Jalen Duren in transition. I want to get back underneath the three-point line with my back turned, right? But I'm constantly seeing ball, constantly seeing man. My head is on a swivel. Look at Jalen Duren's head, staring at the ball for about an hour, not seeing Karl Towns, staring at the ball, open three. NBA terrorism. This coaching is ruining my life. Ron Holland. You have to be level to campaign right here, with your feet set in a defensive stance in the gaps, right? So I can stunt, but I can recover. And you got to be seeing ball and man. Ron Holland staring at the ball, stop. He's not level to campaign. His feet are not set. You have zero chance of recovering right now. But, you know, the Pistons are coached by mentally challenged, horrific one-on-one defense by Paul Reed, but it's not his fault. He plays for mentally challenged coaches who ruined my life. Show your hands and slide your feet. That's all you have to do with Karl Towns. He's not beating you off the dribble. You know how he is going to beat you off the dribble? When you immediately come out and gamble like this. So now a rip-through move right to the cup. But again, you're coached by terrorists. Attention to detail. I could lead this Pistons team to a championship. Instead, I'm at home living with my mother while these idiots coach this crap. Cade Cunningham, that is not a defensive stance. I need my feet set in a defensive stance on the palms of my feet. So if a pass gets made this way, I'm flying out and I'm ready to guard. Look at Cade Cunningham. That's not a defensive stance. Your feet aren't set. You have no chance of getting out to the corner. Disgusting. I hate life. The Pistons can't be this poorly coached. Like, this can't be possible. Why did my parents bring me into this world? Cade Cunningham's coming to double. So Jalen Duren, get out to the perimeter right here. Get out to the perimeter right here. Because you're going to have to... Cade Cunningham goes to double. Dennis Schroeder's going to have to rotate this way. Jalen Duren would have to rotate this way. Malik Beasley would have to rotate up. And Cade Cunningham would come all the way to the wing right here. But you end up with three different idiot Pistons now tripling the post. You have no chance to rotate out. Swing, 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 triple. Detroit retards! Now, Malik Beasley's going to get completely cooked here by Jalen Brunson. So Josh Hart, first of all, isn't a three-point shooter anyways. Even if he was, could Cade Cunningham get in this gap right here? Left foot parallel to the block, right foot out wide stance. So when Jalen Brunson comes this way, my feet are going to be set, I'm going to stunt, and I'm going to recover. I'm not giving up an open three, and even if I did, who cares? It's Josh Hart. Cade Cunningham's nowhere. This ruins my life. How many times is this going to happen? But the Pistons don't work on transition defense because of this terrorist. Azar Thompson, Jalen Duren has the ball here, okay? You have to stop getting back to the middle of nowhere in transition. You're taking Karl Towns trailing the play. So I need to be getting back to Karl Towns trailing the play. Azar Thompson again, just getting back to the middle of absolute nowhere. Three. This is terrorism to the highest level, and it's ruining basketball, and I can't believe that this idiot and Luke Walton are allowed to coach this trash. This is why there are problems in America. Ice the frickin' screen. Keep Jalen Brunson out of the lane. out of the lane. Malik Beasley can get over and backside help on Karl Towns' roll. Cade Cunningham can take both Knicks 2 passes away. You're in your stupid idiot drop coverage. Look at this. Wide open. Oh, by the way, no one's guard. Karl Towns' roll's wide open too. You're not guarding anything. Down screen out of a baseline, out of bounds, and the Pistons have no idea what they're doing. This is a terrorist organization. Paul Reed, down screen. What the hell are you doing? Get attached to Mitchell Robinson. Get your arms extended so that Miles McBride can't curl right off this. You got to force him out a little bit so Ron Holland has time to get over the screen. Look at this bozo in the paint, not curl 3. I hate my parents for having me as a son. Tobias Harris, no. Get halfway between the ball and the 3-point line. If my feet are set, when Mikal Bridges comes this way, we're stunting, we're recovering. We're not giving up open threes, but I got to be in the gap. You're out here with your back to the ball. So now Mikal Bridges, the entire middle of the floor is wide open. Disgusting! Every fan at that game is a terrorist. Poorly coached crap, but you have nepotism and retard Luke Walton. That's someone with 0 brain cells. So you're doubling baseline here. So Dennis Schroeder needs to angle Jalen Brunson to make sure he's coming into this double team. Then Malik Beasley would have to rotate, and then Tobias Harris, if a skip pass gets made, would have to rotate to Josh Hart. What you cannot do is send Paul Reed to double baseline, and you let Jalen Brunson come to the middle of the floor. Just ruins my life. I wish I was in the ground. You have J.B. Bickerstaff and Luke Walton. These people are worse than any person you could ever imagine on the planet. Dennis Schroeder is over here in help, okay? Who cares if Mikal Bridges sets a flare screen? You're in help anyways. Tim Hardaway is going to be rotating to Josh Hart, but you need to stay in help on this Jalen Brunson drive. Look at Dennis Schroeder. Where are you going? Tim Hardaway Jr. is switching the flare screen. You need to stay in help and be in that gap. I hate terrorism. Just terrorism. The biggest crime ever is that these human retards can get paid millions to coach in the NBA. Tobias Harris, get in the gap on Jalen Brunson. How is there no... Get in the gap. If your feet are set... Oh, I can't stand it. If your feet are set, you're going to stunt and get that dribble picked up and recover. You're nowhere. The Detroit retards. Unbelievable. The last possession of the game. I'm going to commit suicide. This is a complete... I cannot... You are a terrorist, you piece of shit. Jalen Duren, this is a non-shooter in Josh Hart. Regardless of... Get in the gap. I need to have my left foot parallel to the block. Right foot out wide stance. So when Jalen Brunson, there's no place to go. I'm going to stunt. I'm going to recover with my feet set. Look at Jalen Duren. Idiot. Moron. Garbage going home.